We got him from a lab in Nevada.
And that was the red flag.
He didn't get that monkey from a lab. And if he did, then let's see the documents.
It was supposed to be a temporary surrogate mom situation.
I knew something was amiss.
Thabo and Ray is a TikTok account with 3 million followers. Questions have been growing from followers, primatologists, and animal welfare advocates about where Ray, whose name is Kim Raymond Feast, actually got the vervet monkey he calls Thabo.
Thabo is a rescue from a lab where his mom was died for medical purposes.
I am absolutely 100% positive there's not a lab no legitimate lab in the United States that gives away monkeys. I know that. This never happens. Never, never, never.
He was a small, emaciated little baby that we didn't think would survive.
You would never send home and give someone ownership of an infant monkey that requires around-the-clock care. Absolutely not.
Ray's own past is adding to the skepticism. In 2013, he was arrested and charged with possessing a sea turtle, 1 month after authorities said he illegally dug up a sea turtle nest.
This guy's about the worst case I've ever seen.
Experts are alarmed by what they've seen in the videos.
The diet that I've seen that he feeds them is not nutritious in any way, shape, or form.
Another one of Thabo's favorite foods is fried chicken.
He lets them vandalize private property and then thinks it's funny.
Yes, monkey. Another hotel, another broken TV.
He's going into hotels, trashing their place with this monkey.
It's okay, babe. You can destroy things. You're so cute. You can destroy all the things you want.
This guy's trying to, become famous and get clicks and make money off this monkey.
Well, the TV was only $750. The video made $2,000. I made a profit of, $1,250. Might as well break more TVs, right? What's the problem?
This is exploitation at the highest level.
Monkeys don't make good pets in the first place. However, those 3 million followers see him and think, oh, that's what you should do if you have a monkey.
It's appalling.
And they know all too well what's coming.
And I am waiting for Thabo to attack him one day because it will happen. It will happen. I got an email last week from a woman. She asked if I would be interested in taking a 4-year-old male vervet that was raised by a human as a pet because it attacked the owner. That's what happens, and I think Thabo's going to get to the point where he will attack.
They're dangerous. They're wild animals. I can't even tell you how many hundreds of incidences where people have been bitten by monkeys. You can't control these animals.
What's the best hope for Thabo?
The issue right now is to let's get this monkey, back where he belongs, where he's in a setting that he's treated, appropriately and not being traumatized by this guy who's simply making money off of traumatizing an animal. And that's just wrong. That's a sentient being that should be with other monkeys. Those animals need to be with their people, which are monkeys. When you see monkeys acting like monkeys, as opposed to the behavior you see in that guy's footage, I think it opens your eyes and makes you see that their lives are just as important to them as our lives are to us. And when you bring them into your life, you deprive them of their life.
I would like to see him removed from Feast's care and placed in a reputable sanctuary that could provide the appropriate enrichment and diet for him so he could live out his natural monkey life without being exploited for money. I think his ideal situation would be an introduction to another vervet monkey that he gets along with, and he can learn how to be a monkey. They groom, they forage, they have social interactions, and I think that's very important for the health of the animal, both physically and mentally, to make sure that an animal thrives. And in the environment that he's in, we don't know what goes on when the camera's not there.
TikTok users need to stay vigilant for Thabo's well-being.
I do see that he does have some pretty inquisitive followers who are asking the appropriate questions. How did you really get Thabo? How do you really take care of him? So those people, I don't know if they're picking up on what's going on with him and the monkey and recognizing that this probably is not the right scenario for the monkey. For those who think it's cute, I think they should do their homework, call sanctuaries, and ask how many people call them to surrender their pet monkeys when they reach the age of sexual maturity and they're not cute anymore. There's a waiting list. So I would encourage his followers to do their due diligence, do their homework, fact check everything he says, because he is not a scientist.
And I hope that this gets resolved fairly quickly, because the longer this goes on, the more traumatized this animal becomes.